Did you know the #1 beer fest in North America takes place right outside of Houston in Katy? Yep, the popular Wild West Brew Fest is happening March 27th through the 29th, and it's bigger than ever. They're going to have over 100 vendors and brewers, so your hands are going to be full with amazing beer and wines all weekend long. And the best part, the festival supports charitable organizations with their net proceeds, so you're doing some good while enjoying some brews. Tickets are on sale right now at wildwestbrewfest.com. That's wildwestbrewfest.com. The Imprint Margaret Root Brown Reading Series is proud to announce a night with two renowned poets, Jennifer Chang, who won the William Carlos Williams Award, and Naomi Shihab Nye, National Book Award finalist and former U.S. Young People's Poet Laureate. Hear them both live on March 3rd at the Alley Theater. Tickets are only $5 and free for students and seniors. There's also going to be a book sale thanks to Brazos Bookstore and a book signing where you can meet the authors. Visit imprint.org for more details. That's imprint.org. Before we get to today's episode, I want to shout out DestinationBryan.com for sponsoring Rodeo Week on CityCast Houston. From unique eats to memorable shops, Bryan, Texas has it all in the heart of Aggie Land. Plan your visit at DestinationBryan.com and stay tuned because at the end of today's episode, I have a fun rodeo tip from DestinationBryan.com. Today on CityCast Houston, March in H-Town means rodeo season, beautiful weather, and as always, good eats. We have expert tips from our team to help you make the most of it. It's Thursday, February 27th. I'm Rahil Ramzanali, and here's what Houston's talking about. Hey, y'all. March is such a busy month in Houston, and also it's going to be busy for our CityCast Houston crew. Here with me is executive producer Laura Isensee and Hey Houston newsletter editor Brooke Lewis. So let's jump into some cool events that we'll be at, and it's going to start off with a parade, Laura.
Yeah. We're going to be grand marshals at the Galveston Mardi Gras Parade on February 28th at 9 p.m. So the late night parade, you can head down to Galveston and get ready to catch us on a fire truck right there along the Strand on the parade route. We're going to be tossing out some really cool CityCast merch like Frisbees. So we'd love to see you there.
Oh my gosh, how cool is that? We mentioned it on an episode that we want to be on a Mardi Gras float, and somehow, some way, the Mardi Gras ferry made it work, and we will be grand marshals. What a cool moment for our CityCast Houston team. And shout out to Galveston, okay? We've always praised them. We love Galveston.
Love Galveston.
We love Galveston.
Yeah, and now we're going to be on the Mardi Gras parade. So check this out. If that's not enough, on March 7th, I'm going to be racing on a camel at Sam Houston Race Park, all right? Yes, you heard that correctly. Yes, camel racing.
You need to tell us more, Rahil. You can't just drop that you're going to be on a camel race and then just leave it there.
Bro, I have no idea what I signed up for, but I am so excited. So they have camel races on Friday, ostrich racing on Saturday, March 8th. And I guess I'll be racing against quote unquote celebrities. I don't know what's happening. I'm just a podcast host. I just like talking about the city and love my city. But yeah, they invited me out there and I will be there. And yeah, please come support me because I will need all the support out there to win this camel race.
We'll be rooting for you, Raheel.
Thank you.
So we have Mardi Gras float, camel races, and then at the end of the month, please join us at our pregame mixer at the Houston Rockets. They will be playing Atlanta Hawks on March 25th. We're going to have a community night at the Rockets game. We're really excited. You can get tickets with the link in our show notes. Just use the code CityCast2025.
Wow, this is going to be a fun upcoming month. And yeah, I can't wait to see everyone at the pregame mixer when the Rockets take on the Atlanta Hawks. And again, that CityCast code is also going to give you discounted tickets and come sit with us, come mix with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. All the info is in our show notes. All right, so y'all, March is all about the rodeo in the city of Houston, and we will give you some fun rodeo things to do this month. We also have some good eats, of course, because it's spring. We're going to be outside. But I want to start with this. For those who don't want to go to the rodeo or are like, hey, what else can we do besides the rodeo? Let's talk about things we can do that are non-rodeo related. Laura, kick it off.
Yeah, I have something that is on my bucket list. I just got a tip from a friend of a new park to check out, or at least new for me. It's called Keith Weiss Park. It's about 500 acres in North Houston. And, like you said, March, the weather is nice. It's like we don't have random snowstorms. Like, hopefully, we're not in 100-degree weather already. Like the highs are going to be in the 70s, maybe low 80s. It's that time where we just got to like soak up the best Houston weather we
Oh
have
my
and
gosh,
like hit
Yes,
nature.
yes.
And I've heard a lot of good things about this particular park. Just a few highlights. Like it's north of Houston, not too far, kind of in the Aldine area. And it may not be as like pretty and manicured as like Memorial Park, but it has some really nice trails. Like there's this one main trail that goes around a pond. You can see white herons, but they also have these kind of secret,
oh wow.
off the beaten path trails. You can wander into the woods, go along Hall's Bayou. And I just think there's so much benefit to just being in nature. It helps you de-stress, boost your mood. And that is definitely on my list for March.
That is so cool. That is such a hidden gem. I didn't even know it was out there. And as you were talking, I was Googling where it is. And it's funny, I drive by that. It's right off of 59 or 69, whichever one you want to call it. And it's just like tucked away in this neighborhood.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's really just like right there, I hadn't heard about it either until I mentioned to a friend that my family, we want to do a monthly nature date.
Nice.
And she said, "Oh, this is a great park. You got to check it out." So
That
I
is
want to
so
pass
cool.
that along to CityCast listeners.
Okay, one last thing. When will the monthly nature dates stop? Would it be May or June when it's 100 degrees?
No,
She's like, we're gonna be out in the 100-degree weather.
we're going to do them all year long. As long as it's not, no, even when it's snowing, we're going to do it. Yeah.
Okay, I like it. I like the commitment to it. And that's a great tip right there. I want to check it out. I love all the parks around the city of Houston and surrounding areas. It is fantastic. Brooke, what is your tip for a non rodeo thing to do?
Yeah, so I have mentioned this event on past CityCast Houston episodes, but the book festival that I helped co-found, Little BIPOC Book Fest, is coming back on March 15th at Discovery Green from 10:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. This book festival is very close to my heart, and we started it so that we could amplify Black, Indigenous, people of color, and other creatives of marginalized communities. And if you have little ones, definitely come out. We will have a book fair with tons of books, story time readings, and also free books from Harris County's Public Library's
Ooh.
Curiosity Cruiser. It's such a cool vehicle. I love going on, and the kids really get a kick out of it. So please come check us out.
Oh, fun. And this is going to be a good one. Discover Green again. So you get out there, weather's going to be nice. The kids are going to have a blast. Like, at what age? Like, is it open for like a 2-year-old, 3-year-old? Everyone's going to have fun. There's stuff for everyone.
Yeah, so it's our primary age range is 3 to 10 years old. So we have something for the little ones, like the toddlers, but also elementary school kids. And I think the story time readings are really my favorite because last year we had the kids. This one author had the kids dancing, and they were just up and down, like dancing around. It was fun. So I love watching the kids have a good time.
Oh, nice. I'm going to be putting this on my calendar stat. And I love that
Yay!
y'all are keeping this going, especially with everything that's going on in schools and libraries and book bans to celebrate and amplify these authors. It's really fantastic.
Yes, and I think Houston is such a great place to have it because there's just so many people from different backgrounds and cultures, and we just really aim to celebrate that at the festival.
That is so cool. My event is also a celebration of diversity, and you're going to have to drive out to Sugarland. All right. You know, I'm picking my burbs. So head out to Sugarland on March 22nd for their annual International Art and Kite Festival. It is one
Mm.
of my
Mm.
favorite events. It's my unofficial, official turning of the page, and we're officially in spring celebration. I've gone to this event now, I don't know how many years in a row, but you'll see hundreds of kites in the air. They've got arts competitions going on. You can create art as well and check out so many cultural performances that are celebrating the diversity of Fort Bend County. It is one of my favorite events. So, March 22nd, everyone's going to come to Sugarland, right? And we're going to fly kites. I have this one kite that I bought 4 years ago that I've duct taped. I've like
Oh, it's
put
still
like
going.
I'm
It's
just keeping it alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
wow.
It's so much fun. It's my first kite I bought with my oldest daughter. And we were
Mm.
so excited for it. And, over the years, it's been beaten up. It's been put in the garage and moving and this and that, but we're still keeping it alive.
Do you feel like your youngest daughter is getting into it? Because I feel like this was a tradition between you and your oldest daughter.
Yeah, she is. And she likes holding it. It's so cute. Like
Oh.
seeing a little toddler hold a kite and, it's not going to like take her away, but I always tease her. I'm like, you're going to fly away. Yeah,
Oh.
and we fly throughout the spring months, so it's not just at this festival. But yeah, it is like our little tradition, but she is definitely becoming a part of it.
I love that.
I love that tradition. There's something for me like so magical and special about kites. Like I'm not an expert kite flyer, but even if you don't fly a kite, just being there, like it just makes you feel like a kid again. Like there's just
Yeah,
this kind of like fun joy of seeing them all in the air and all the different colors and shapes. It sounds really special.
and there's some huge ones there, like massive kites. It's so cool to see them like put those up and how much work it takes to get it up. It's so cool. And the park is huge where it's at. I've got all the info in our show notes, but there's plenty of space. Bring a picnic blanket. You can run around. There's hopefully going to be bluebonnets by then as well. So it's really pretty. It's just a great time. Parking, there's a lot of it. So yeah, definitely check this one out. Mark your calendars, invite your friends, and of course, put on your dancing boots for the second annual Big Barn Dance Music Festival in Bryan, Texas. This weekend music festival is going to feature some of the best songwriters and pickers in country, bluegrass, and Americana music. It's happening March 27 to the 29th, and it's all an easy drive from Houston, just an hour and change. The festival starts with the Big Barn Dance Songwriter Series in downtown Bryan. Then you can head to the main festival grounds at Travis Midtown Park for a seated listening experience. And hey, if you like dancing at music festivals like I do, they'll have a big dance floor to put those boots to use. And check this out, on Saturday, the entire festival grounds will turn into a dance hall so you can two-step the night away under the open Texas sky. Learn more and get your tickets now at destinationbryan.com. That's destinationbryan.com. Have you ever seen a podcast host race in a camel race? No? Well, you will see it on March 7th because you can come watch me ride a camel at the Sam Houston Race Park on Friday, March 7th for their annual camel race. Yes, you heard that right. I'll be racing on a camel, so come cheer me on. It's at Sam Houston Race Park. They're going to have camel and ostrich races on March 7th and 8th, but they also have exciting thoroughbred racing action every weekend, so you can get in on the fun. If that's not enough, every weekend Sam Houston Race Park has live music, drink specials, amazing food, and one of the best Sunday brunches around. Sundays in March are definitely family fun days, so your entire squad will have a great time. Looking for some plans this Saturday, March 1st? Save on admission, food, and more with their popular Dollar Night. Race in for all the excitement because there's always something happening at Sam Houston Race Park. Check out shrp.com for more details. All right, let's go to the rodeo because, hey, it is rodeo month in the city of Houston and there is so much to do there. So, Brooke, we've already talked about a ton of things during rodeo week, which, by the way, check out all of our episodes in your feed. But give me something else to do at the rodeo, like a special thing that Brooke likes to do.
So I like to go shopping at the rodeo. I think we all like our food. You're going for the concerts, but I think you should treat yourself to at least one rodeo trinket. And I feel like this tradition was born more recently for me. So during the rodeo in 2023, I bought a pink cowboy hat. I really liked it. I was excited about it. I'm like, I'm going to wear it next rodeo season. And you guys, that rodeo hat lasted for 2 times to the rodeo. The rodeo was like, it had barely started. I was on my way to go see 50 Cent. And it was really windy. You know, the weather in March, you never really know what it's going to be like. And my friend and I were rushing. We were on one of those go-karts taking you to the stadium. And my hat flew off. It flew off into the distance. And, and someone actually caught it. This man caught it. And he was like, I'll meet you over here at this thing. But we were just being taken away on the cart.
No.
So we could not reconnect with this man. And we were like, we went to Lost and Found. We thought maybe he had dropped it off. But I was like, oh no, my pink cowboy hat, it's gone.
Okay,
So
hold on.
yeah,
Pause.
yes.
Doesn't that sound like a 2000s rom-com? Like,
Yeah.
I'll meet you
It's
here. And you meet the love of your life because you
Yeah.
lost your cowboy hat.
Yeah, it's definitely like a Houston rom-com rodeo story. It would be great, but never reconnected with that guy. Lost my hat. And eventually I went to the rodeo with my parents again, and I bought a new one. So I'm like, maybe I'm starting a new rodeo tradition. Maybe I'm going to buy
Yeah.
a cowboy hat every rodeo season at the rodeo. So that's my advice. Buy something for you. Buy some cowboy boots. Buy a hat. Check out NRG Center where they have all these amazing shops and vendors, or go to the rodeo carnival.
Okay, but do y'all get overwhelmed shopping at the rodeo? Because I do like browsing all the stalls, and NRG Center is the place to be. There's so many stalls and mom and pop and businesses from Texas, like all over that come to the rodeo. It can be overwhelming, Laura.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I kind of get overwhelming shopping like in general. This is just
Okay.
me. Like, so I do get a little overwhelmed with, with all the options, but I have to admit I do have cowboy boots, but I don't actually have a hat. So maybe
Ooh.
this is the year
Yeah.
I need to
Yes.
buy myself a hat, or, you can also get like other cool stuff like belt buckles or bolo ties. And yeah, I'm always buying stuff for my kids. Like maybe I should buy a hat for myself.
One of the best parts is the food. And I'm talking about like the jams, the
Oh
jellies at these
yeah.
Yes,
stalls. Oh
Beef
my
yes,
gosh.
jerkies.
Yeah, like
yes,
the honey roasted pecans. There's so many different
yes.
people selling all sorts of delicious food as well inside NRG Center. Not the fair food. I'm just talking about, like the cool jams and jellies. So that's also fun. So Laura, it's funny you mentioned buying a cowboy hat because I have a straw one that I wear like when I go camping. And every year at the rodeo, I browse the various companies. Like there's so many companies
Yeah.
selling so many cool cowboy hats. And then I'll be like, I like this one, but let me go check that one. And by the time I get back, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm overwhelmed. I'm not
Yeah.
buying one
Yeah.
this year.
You need like a cowboy hat, guru or doula, like
Yeah,
someone to like
like a
help you, like
concierge.
a
Yeah.
concierge
Yes.
to like help you pick.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna find the right one. And speaking of NRG Center, that's my tip as well. NRG Center is the place to be during the rodeo. I know the concerts are great, the food is fantastic, the rides, all that great stuff. But to me, my thing is going first thing to NRG Center and looking at the livestock that is there. This is like world class livestock because they are selling these cows, goats, sheep. Also, they're having competitions, right? Like
Mhm.
the Future Farmers of America, they're doing competitions for these students who have raised the perfect goat or sheep. And you can just walk around and see these animals like inches away from you. It is
Yeah.
amazing.
It is really cool. I mean, it totally brings back, when you're describing it, it totally brings back memories, because when I was growing up going to the rodeo as a kid, we never went to the concerts. My dad's a member of the livestock show. And so we would just always go to that part, to the livestock show, and see the bunnies and the little pigs and the longhorns. And now that's what I do with my kids, is take them and to see all the little animals. And last year we saw little baby piggies that were like literally like 4 hours old. Like they had just literally been
Yeah.
Oh
born.
my
It
gosh.
was so sweet. So big plus one to that. And then I'm going to throw in one more rodeo activity for y'all. Again, the concerts are fantastic, so much fun, but it is definitely worth going early to a concert so you can catch all the competitions. They have the bronco riding, the barrel racing, but my favorite is the mutton busting.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And this is
yes.
when all the little kids, I mean, these are literally 5 and 6-year-old kids. And yes, they have helmets, but they are there in the pen and trying to catch a ride on these muttons. And it is just so adorable. And it's just so Texas. It's just this rite of passage.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
It's so cute. And for those of you who have kids, like if you want your kid to do it, I think the sign up for that is already passed. But on the fairgrounds, they have a mutton busting tent. And you
Yes.
can go
Oh,
there and they will try to get your kid on as well if they're brave enough. I tried so hard to get my oldest to do it when she was in that 5 to 6 range, but she was like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And now as a 9-year-old, I asked her, I was like, hey, do you want to do it? She goes, yeah. I'm like, well, too bad. You're too big now. Like, you're way too big for this button.
Like, too
Too
late.
bad.
Too late.
Yes. Do you think you would have your kids do it at one point, Laura? Or is it too much?
No, I mean, I think my girls are pretty adventurous. So we'll see. I'll ask them if they're interested.
Sign them up. And if you're out at the rodeo, please send us pictures on Instagram at CityCast Houston. We also have a great guide for you with all the fun and wild and delicious food that's available at the rodeo. I've linked that in our show notes as well. And you can learn about the history of Black cowboy culture and how it's influenced our rodeo as well. We've done some great episodes. I'm very proud of the work that we've done here on CityCast Houston during Rodeo Week. So please check those out in our show notes. Okay. We can't do a monthly guide without
food. I'll give it to you,
we
Real.
gotta do some food. And springtime eats in Houston, it's different, okay? Again, the weather's nice. Things are in season. So Laura, kick this one off. Where are you excited to eat this month in the city of Houston?
My pick this month is Cultivari in the Heights. I know we've talked about it on the show before, but when I was thinking of where's my favorite fresh salad that's going to really fill me up and just get all my taste buds moving, that was the first place that came to mind. And I recently went there with my book club, and literally me and like several other moms, like we couldn't pick which salad to order because they all sounded so good. So we got like 2 or 3 salads and we all just kind of shared. I mean, you can get beets with goat cheese and radish. They have this warm baby spinach salad with feta and roasted squash. But honestly, sometimes the simplest is the best. They have this backyard local lettuce with herbs and lemon and extra virgin olive oil. And it's just so fresh. And another reason why this is my pick is that you can sit on the patio outside at Cultivari and be right next to the garden. And again, it's not too hot yet. And you can just kind of get that vibe of, being in nature, eating spring salad, and just pretend you're in France or something. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Cultivari is so good. I'm dreaming about that pizza. I'm dreaming about the focaccia that comes before dinner.
Oh,
I
it's so
downed the
good.
entire order last time we went. It is so good. Oh my gosh. Brooke, you know what? It's time. CityCast Houston, Cultivari date.
It is time for a CityCast Houston lunch at Cultivari. It is one of my favorite restaurants in Houston. Like, I could just go to Cultivari no matter what season, no matter what time. I love it. I love the pizza. I love the pasta, the desserts, everything.
Is that your pick as well? Because
we can double up
as well. Like, you sold me again on it.
It could be. We could just wrap it up. No, I actually really want to try a new restaurant that opened earlier this year in Montrose called Alora. And I put it in the newsletter, which is why you should definitely subscribe to Hey Houston, because every month I highlight new restaurants that have opened in Houston. And Alora is a new one-of-a-kind restaurant bringing Peruvian and Vietnamese dishes, which is a really amazing combo. Some standout dishes that I saw on their menu that I was like just salivating over was the lomo saltado, which is a beef dish with soy sauce and garlic-tinged rice. But guys, they also have a foquila, which is a tequila infused with faux spices. Like, what? I just want to know what that tastes like. I just want to know what's going on with that. But I definitely want to try this restaurant.
Wow. I didn't know the Peru-Vietnamese partnership was this strong. That sounds like a combo I need in my life right now.
Yeah, it sounds so Houston. Like, only in Houston you're going to find Peruvian and Vietnamese fusion.
And it's going to be delicious. That's what I'm
Yes, it's going to be delicious. Yeah.
And one proven combination is Vietnamese and Cajun food. And for me, spring, it's all about crawfish, specifically Viet Cajun crawfish. I have to get that fix. And there are so many great places around the city of Houston. I am going to pick one, but if you want to just research and figure out like which one you want to pick, I've linked a story from our friends at Houstonia Magazine of the top Vietnamese Cajun crawfish spots around the city of Houston. You can check that out. But to me, my go-to place is LA Crawfish, which is in Richmond, but they have 14 total locations across the city serving up spicy Viet Cajun crawfish. I like sitting out there in front of the store, eating, getting messy, have my bib on, and just enjoying that kick of spices and garlic and butter. And it's just so, so good.
Yeah,
Yum.
I'm hoping it's a good season. I'm hoping we get like really nice, juicy, plump crawfish this
Yeah.
season.
Yeah, and then good weather so that you can enjoy it outside on a patio.
That's it. You got to eat it outside. I
Yeah,
can't eat
you
them
do.
inside. I know sometimes you have to, like towards the end of the season. I don't want to sit outside in May, but yeah, something about being outside, that fresh breeze hitting you, the
Yes.
spices, a good conversation, good eats. That's what Houston in March is all about. This is going to be a great month. And for more recommendations, Brooke, hey, Houston, you're covering it all as well.
Yes, I actually just did an article on the best crawfish spots in Houston. So you should definitely subscribe to Hey Houston for all news, events, and fun things happening around the city.
It's going to be a great month. We will see you out and about. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks.
That was executive producer Laura Isensee and Hey Houston newsletter editor Brooke Lewis. All of the events for March are linked in our show notes. Also, send us your favorite March events as well with the contact info in the show notes. And please share this episode to your social media feed so your friends can make March the best month ever. Also, please rate and review the podcast. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button so you get new episodes of CityCast Houston in your feed every weekday morning. Before we go, here's today's rodeo tip brought to you by DestinationBryan.com. You'll see so many cool displays and booths about Texas agriculture at the NRG Center during rodeo, but if you really want to get hands-on with agriculture, Bryan, Texas has some cool interactive experiences like beekeeping. Okay, sign me up for that one because I want to learn about beekeeping, and farm-to-table cooking. Check them out and book your experience with the link in our show notes. That will do it for today. I'm Rahil Ramzan-Ali. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something new.
Yeah, it's a tongue twister. I'm like, I can never say this. And it's like, this is the festival I founded. Okay.